with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Did you turn him on yet? Y'all want me to switch? I can switch seats with him. Oh, shoot. I didn't know. I was loud, too, huh?
Yeah, you were. Don't worry about it. What's happening, people? It's Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
And as a cop.
As you can see, man, Angelo is not here today. It is 8:30-ish. Is we still in the 8:30-ish time frame? Barely. Just made it. 8:59. It's now 9 o'clock, but we started at 8:30-ish.
That was the intent.
We're starting to get this thing going. So as you can see, Angelo is not here this week. Be back in the building next week. He may give us a telephone call, but I have a feeling I'm not going to wait on it, to be honest with you.
Nah, he's out there in L.A. jet setting with the stars and shit.
Yeah, he out there
I'm
being...
Angelo today.
He out there being big, you know what I'm saying? Out there being big. So listen, people want you to be a part of this thing, 404-500-1605. Got some great conversations that's going to come your way, but get things started. Go and see how everybody's... First, again, Angelo's not here, so we have a guest in the show. She's a big-time friend of the show. She's been here many, many times.
Many times.
Miss Christy Gaynell. How you doing, young lady?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
Beautiful. How was your
Appreciate
week?
it.
How was your week?
I had a great week. I did. I was here most of it doing stand-up in the other room, so I had fun. A lot of fun.
That's good deal. Good deal. Always, whenever you can have some positivity, just comedy. That's what made your week good. And no bad stuff. That's understood. Understood.
Yeah. It affects my mood more than I realize.
Really?
Yeah. Like if I go a week or two without getting on stage, I get like moody and depressed. My kids be like, "You need to go do some comedy, Mom," because my attitude be changing up. Yeah.
You ever try and do comedy at the house and your kids be like,
No, but I create it at the house every time they do something. They be like, "Mommy, please don't put it on stage. Please don't say it on stage." I'm like, "Oh, you already know." So I don't even have to beat them. I just
kids
threaten them
running
with
around the
putting them
house
in my
scared to
act.
do
Yeah,
something.
hell
Scared it's
yeah.
going to end up on stage.
Most of it does too.
Ask a cop. What's up, bro?
Not much, man. It was a hard week this week.
What? A hard week in the retirement world? In the retirement sector?
2 trees down. I called myself I was going to get out there, and I made the run to Home Depot to get some of them, can I say Mexicans? Yeah, to get some laborers. I said some laborers, and they're not cheap anymore, so instead of me just
They learned
biting the
that.
bullet and doing it, just paying the money, I tried to chop wood, put it up myself, and I'm tired.
It's going this way.
I'm not even gonna lie, I went back up there and got him. I'm not even gonna front. I had to, man. That's just like slave shit. Oh, cutting wood, that's like hard, man. I can't do that shit.
Put them out there, huh?
Out cold.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But if
bro.
anybody needs it in the show, I have wood, cured wood, just if you got a fireplace. If you got a fireplace,
Yeah. Got one.
I'm not gonna load it for you, but you can come get some.
Will you load it
Oh,
for me?
okay.
I have a fireplace.
What? Why'd you? Wait.
I'm not loading it for you.
Wait, but look, you see, you looked.
Right?
I did
Like
not.
that determined the answer.
Was it something you ain't like?
Oh man, get off me, man. Get off me. You was on me last week. You starting this week.
I just knew you was gonna say yes, of course.
I couldn't.
Oh, my bad. Sugar Sean, what up, bro?
Yo, we outside. What's going on? Talk to me nice. Everything been great. I had a great week, actually. You know, I had a great weekend. You know, my daughter doing a thing with the basketball. I was proud of her. You know, it was real nice to see her do a thing out there. And we're going to be in Tennessee this weekend. And my son doing this thing in football. I'm very proud. He carrying that Riley name like he's supposed to. You know, that's the next king in the house. So he got to carry the name. And today was so wonderful because my baby girl, Skylar, got a bunch of awards in school. So she keeping it going. She got everything. But while I was there, I remembered when I used to get awards, but I didn't get the awards she got. I got the participation awards. I knew from seeing the parents' faces in there how my mother felt when she used to have to come. And it'd be like, the participation award goes to Sean Riley. She used to be pissed off. I was like, oh. She's like, you have me here for this? I'm meant to just watch you get the participation. I mean, just show up. You ain't do nothing. I participated, Ma. And I got the gym. I used to get gym. I used to get the athletic award. I always got the athletic award. I ain't getting no scholar stuff, but I made it to college.
For your wife, huh?
Thank God for I met her in college. Who you think helped me? You like, I mean, what do you think this is? But yeah, it was a good time. I mean, excited. Had a great weekend, man. You know.
Well, you know, with that, you know, I want to say congratulations to all the graduates out there. You know, even though
Oh yeah, most definitely.
right now they're doing graduations for everything.
Yep.
I mean, you have cap and gown for leaving kindergarten now?
Pre-K.
Oh yeah.
For pre-K.
Pre-K.
Ain't even learned nothing yet.
Nothing.
Just,
Yeah, I like it though.
True and crown.
I had a cap and gown when I left preschool.
For real?
wow.
Yeah,
See?
Brooklyn, yeah, they make kindergarten. Listen, they figured half of us wasn't gonna make it anyway, so they
At a
made every
preschool?
graduation
So
real.
everyone you make it.
Every
okay.
one of them, they gave you a cap and gown
Understood.
in Brooklyn, like, and we all went to Red Lobster after to celebrate.
Hey, it is amazing. People don't understand how big Red Lobster is in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's serious.
It's seriously. When I went to New York, you know, kicking it with my pops, and I'm like, hey man, wherever you want to go eat at, whatever you want to do, I got you. Where you want to go eat at? Let's go to Red Lobster.
It's real, boy.
Mine was steak and
I'm
ale.
like, nah, pop. I'm like, nah,
Steak and
pop.
ale.
Listen, I'm telling you, wherever you want to go, Manhattan, wherever you want to go, any restaurant you want to go to, what you want to do? Yeah, Red Lobster.
Wow.
He's like, damn.
I was like,
Yeah, them biscuits are for
It's like-
real.
That's the only thing that
I
makes
was
me go
like,
to
well, all right,
love
then
this.
I can get extra because, you know, Red Lobster compared to what I'd planned on spending, you know.
Yo, when you really think about it, though, you ever stole the biscuits from Red Lobster?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you gotta take them and go home. Like, yo, my grandmother, when we would go, God bless her soul.
stealing?
Yeah, she'd steal the biscuits. She'd be like, oh, God, this tasting good. And she'll wrap them in, like, napkins.
Yeah,
and put them in a purse. And
because
walk out.
they
gave 'em to
give
you,
them to
though.
you.
That's
I don't think you were supposed
It was more fun
to take them.
'cause we felt like we were stealing.
Yeah, it looked like you was hiding them and taking them out. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
didn't want to look like you was greedy or didn't
Wow.
have food at home. Yeah. I can dig it.
Said it was more fun because we felt like we were stealing.
That's a great thing. We had a good time.
Yo, got some people tuning in. What's up, Cat Coles, Kiki Chappelle? What's up, Kiki?
Okay.
Let's see who else we got in here. I think I saw. Yes, Kat, I am. I was born in New York, but I call North Carolina home. Call North Carolina home. So listen, man, we about to get this thing going. We're gonna take a break, and we come back. We're gonna get going. We're gonna jump right into the fire, and we're gonna talk about blended families while dating. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
While dating.
Yeah, because we have.
I mean,
All right, let's go.
Yep, we are back. Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
But that's a cop.
404-500-1605. Those buttons over there, man. That like button, the love button, the hug button, the get mad button, the wow button. I need you to hit all those buttons because that's going to help my algorithms go up. So
Algorithm.
there you go. There you go. Hey, people, we got the Lo of Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo on the phone. What's going on, sir?
What's good, broski? How you feeling?
Man, all good, all good. Look like you got your little chill on there, bro. You know, just so you know, everybody can see you
hold
now.
on. He in his hotel.
Yeah, man, we just
What you
parlaying
doing
right
out
now.
there,
We
man?
just parlaying right now, man.
Yeah, just
You
don't
know, I'm
get
going
up.
to Earthquake's birthday dinner tonight, man. So, you know, I'm just chilling in the meantime. You know, it's only it's 6 something here. So dinner's at 8.
All right. Don't take that phone down too low. We're gonna be looking up your nose, bro. Just so you know.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which side my camera's on, so I don't know which side to look at. I'm trying to catch it on my other phone. You know what I mean? So I can be on point here.
He looking at just don't stand up. We know how people are in their hotel rooms.
Nah, we ain't gonna do it like that. We all right right now, though.
Low eyes are low. You having a good time out there.
Stupid.
Nah, that's natural, brother. You know, love don't get into nothing else.
I didn't insinuate nothing. You see? As a cop, he incriminated himself, right? You see what he just did, though?
No, he didn't.
We're gonna go with you
He
looking.
made sure everybody.
We're gonna go with that. You're looking down at the phone. That's why his eyes look like that.
His name Low for a reason. Yo.
There it is.
Hey
Hey, man, I just want to say what's up to y'all, man. That's all. I ain't gonna slow down the show. Y'all keep it rolling, man. Just, you know, man, we up here listening to everything. Just want to shout out real quick.
Yeah, make sure Earthquake know we need to go and get him up here so we can have that special show for him. So go on put that
Hey,
in.
man, you know we working on all that, brother.
There you go. Listen, bro, have a good time. Stay safe.
Yeah, we're working on all that.
Brother.
Yes, sir. Be blessed.
Don't wear no red or blue.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you know what's funny though? I wore that yesterday, and I looked around, but like, man, I wonder if there's still a red and blue thing around here, because I was a straight red and blue.
He's out there looking like the American flag.
I was looking around like, man, I hope everybody else is in red and blue and shit. I forgot about there's a red blue issue around these parts of town.
At least you're gonna make them. They're gonna have pause because you had on red and blue, so you had enough time to.
Yeah, I had the red and the blue. I was hoping I was covered.
All right, bro. But again, man, enjoy yourself out there. Stay safe.
Yeah, man. I'm right here listening in though. Y'all keep doing your thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
What up, fella? Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
That was up.
All right, man. So we're gonna get on into this topic. And again, people, I want y'all to give us a telephone call. You can comment all you want, but I would love to hear your voice. 404-500-1605. We're gonna talk about blending families. You know, a lot of people like to think that the families are blended after people get married, but actually, you know, it actually happens when you're dating. You know, once you meet somebody and, you know, you recognize that this person might have a spot in your life, or it's somebody that you might want to build something with, but you need to make sure that, you know, your children can get along with that person. Mm-hmm. So when do you actually blur those lines and let your children actually meet the person that you're dating? And then if you have children and they have children, when do you let the children meet?
I don't know. I remember I didn't want to meet your kids. It took a little while.
I think that should be like the last stage. I mean, if
the last.
Once you realize that this person's going to be in your life, I think too many people bring people around too soon, or, you know, you meet a person and after 3 weeks you're like, hey, meet my kids. You know, I was a single father, and I had custody. I never did that. I mean, that's like the crown jewel. I mean, that's not, it's almost offensive to how early some women nowadays will let you meet their kids.
Yeah, it took me and my wife. She had you know, our daughter before I met her, and then man, being her license, she's been 4 years old. So, you know, but she still never pushed that on me, because she would have pushed that on me right away. I was out.
And that's something, you know, I had a lot of comments on it when I posted it. You know, I wanted to talk about that. You know, usually it is a man meeting a woman that has children living with them. Sometimes you might, like Mike said, that he was custodial, so, you know, he had his kids living with him, but usually it's a man meeting a woman that has the children living with them. And sometimes I feel that we as men actually, we took note of how quickly the woman would actually let us meet her children.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
oh, big time, big time.
Yeah, if she got
And a lot of people don't recognize. A lot of women, anyway, don't recognize that we take note. We take note of that.
So what does it mean to you? Like, I mean, to take, what does it mean? Is there a time frame where you were like, if it was too soon, you were out, or was it like, if it was too long, did you feel like the relationship wasn't gonna progress? Like, what? I mean, when you say you took note, what does that actually mean?
It means that it tells us a lot about her character.
Exactly.
Because if
But
you're a mother,
what?
if
Not
you're
a
a mother,
lot.
well, let me answer your question. Like, if you're a mother and you got kids, and me and you just, we fooling around, we chilling, and all of a sudden you got me meeting your kids, it's like, so every dude you mess with got to meet your kids? Like, that says something to me about you. That means that, certain parts of your life, you don't keep it sacred. You know what I'm saying? Because me growing up, my mom, I ain't never meet none of her boyfriends. I met one dude, and that was it. Like, she made sure anything I'm sure she had people, but she made sure anything she did, she kept that away from us. Because when you introduce somebody to your child, and then let's say the kids start liking them, and you start doing things with the child and all this other stuff, that becomes a problem. Once the person says, yo, I'm out of here, and I exit. So now it's another person gonna come do that, another person gonna come do that. They're gonna start looking at mommy different.
How do you know?
Because after you get older, you're gonna be like,
listen,
mommy, how many uncles I'm gonna have?
We know because we're men.
No,
And
I'm
we-
saying he said he didn't experience it. So I'm
Oh,
saying,
oh.
how does he know the kid's gonna start looking at mommy different?
Oh, because I have friends that
Kids?
experienced
I don't
it.
know about the kids.
Nah, I
That's
have
what
friends
he
that
said.
experienced
That's
it.
what I'm
I had a
saying.
lot of friends that experienced it. They look at their moms, and as they older now, they're like, yo, damn, every time they turned around growing up, she had a different dude that was an uncle, that was a this, that was a that. And they start saying, well, mommy was wild, and she was hoeing. Like,
Yo,
not-
but
you
hold
know,
up. That's crazy. You
Yeah.
said uncle.
They used to call them uncles.
Remember back in the day, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
That's uncle.
Oh, it was
Uncle
uncle.
such and such, yeah.
Uncle such and such.
Right, Uncle such and such. And then you get older, you realize they ain't your uncle. Like, your mom was smashing everybody. Like, yo, shit, everybody was running in the garage. They all parking cars. What kind of things going on?
I'll give it to my mom. She never called them uncle. She didn't call him uncle because of the simple fact that once we moved to North Carolina, there were a lot of relatives in the area. So she never called, whenever we did get to meet somebody, he wasn't going nowhere.
But how many people you met?
Three.
Three.
Three. Yeah.
Right. And
Three.
you and you're 50-something years old.
The crazy thing is, we're still cool with all three of them.
Right.
We're still cool with all three. I mean, not to my sister. That's a little different. She actually got spoiled by them. They sent her graduation gifts. When she got married, they sent her wedding gifts. I ain't get nothing.
But was they like really in a real relationship with your mom? Like they were like
Yeah.
they were like long lasting relationships.
Yeah.
See, it's a difference, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like
Yeah.
this dude just jump in the picture, he hanging out and I hear my football game. He's
Yeah.
just trying to get points. He don't care about me.
Yeah, and I think that's, in my dating time, it really, I actually preferred single mothers because I felt like they had a little bit more responsibility going on about themselves. Plus, they wasn't out in the street a lot. So that's what I actually dated a lot. But I actually paid attention to how quickly you had me up at your house with
That's
your
a fact.
child. I seriously paid attention to. Now, it helped also that meant I didn't have to drive to your house. You had to come to my house. That helped.
Yeah.
But seriously, I really paid a lot of attention to that. And a lot of guys that I know did the same thing. If they was with a woman and she was, we going to dinner with my kids at
Nah.
2 and 3 weeks or
Yeah.
even at 2 months.
Nah,
They were like, yeah, bro, this
What's
ain't
the
gonna
time
stand.
frame that was acceptable in your mind?
It should be where the kids, where you truly, if I'm not seeing you and we haven't discussed lifelong, I shouldn't meet your kids.
Why not?
Unless it's more of a friendship, like say if you're friends with somebody,
Right.
that's cool. But if you just, I've had the situation where, you're laying in a bed one morning, all of a sudden the door busts open and
Nah.
Pookie jumps in the middle of the bed, and you're like, whoa, what the?
What you said, Cookie?
Pookie.
Pookie? That's his name?
And I'm like, hey, oh shit, oh, hey, and it's like, are you gonna get him out? And it's not that I love kids, but it's just the fact that I wouldn't want a man butt naked if I didn't have custody of my sons and my son and you sit in the bed with my son and my wife. I'm real conscious of stuff like that. So I think certain women, they put themselves in bad situations, and if you don't like, if I'm dating you long term, and okay, we want to go somewhere, and we haven't got to the point of meet your kids, well, I got to cough up the money for the babysitter sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're dating and you're single, a single woman, then you shouldn't bring a man home. I don't know how many times I found out that somebody had kids when I'm laying in bed and, and then Sunday morning after, kids come in or they want cereal. Go get your own cereal. And to me, how a woman handles her kids tells a lot about
character.
If I want to fuck with you or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you're not, my mom and dad were married, so it's different. But I mean, I couldn't even imagine my mom if they weren't doing that. You follow what I'm saying? I know the way she raised us. And I know the way I have cousins that had kids and got divorced or whatever. And that's your jewels. That's the most valuable thing in your life. Like I met a lot of women that were cool as shit, but I didn't introduce them to my sons because I didn't see it going that way.
That's right.
You just don't do that.
That's his class.
I mean, if
that's
they
a
were
class
cool
thing
shit,
to do.
if they were good people, isn't it a good idea to bring your kids
No,
around?
because translation
that
to
you
good people
consider
is
good
I saw it as
people.
ass, not a relationship.
No.
And if you develop as
So
a
that's
relationship,
not really good people. That's a booty call. That's
No,
what I'm
you could be
saying,
a good
like-
person, but I'm just
Because
smashing.
There and you see something happens where you don't see it going that way, but as an adult, you need companionship. And I'm not just talking about physical; it's the mental aspect of it. You want somebody to go to dinner with. You want somebody to catch a show with. You want somebody to go wherever with. So you date somebody, but then during the course of that, you both enjoying each other, but there's something about her, or maybe her with you, that you don't see it as serious. I don't think you should get your kids intertwined with your relationships, because I've had one person that I thought was going to be in my life, and I met her son, and I got attached to him, and then when we broke up, it's like, oh, that's cut off.
Yeah, and that's
Over.
So there's a lot.
So you guys
of
don't stay friends with the women after you?
No, for what?
Oh no, definitely.
What's the
not.
point of that?
I have with
I
some
have
that we were
lots of
already
friends that I
friends
used to
and went
date,
there.
so I don't know why it's a
it
problem.
hasn't- hasn't been a lot of breakups and with me that were breakups that we just was cursing each other out when we walked away from each other.
But you think about it, right? What's the level of friendship, right? Just because we cool, and like I'm not,
and
I'm
I'm not
married,
saying
so I'm not
yeah,
gonna be.
yeah, I'm not saying
talking
that
to you.
I'm checking in on you.
Nah,
and all
ain't
that
no
type
checking
stuff.
in. We
No,
cool.
Not
We
that.
cool, yeah.
But I have been in relationships where it was serious relationships, and I did meet the children, and after the relationship was over, that's another thing we can talk about is what happens then, And I actually stayed, I tried to stay as close as possible, especially if it was a young man. I tried to stay as close as possible without being so close, if you get what I'm saying. Staying close, but at the same time not trying to interfere with her life as she's moving on, that type of deal. I've done that. It's a hard spot to be in, but I want to get back to what Mike was saying in regards to somebody when you said, what if they're cool, and everybody is cool and great in the first month.
Not everybody, no.
If I'm going out with you again, you were cool, but not cool enough for you to meet my son. See what I'm saying? Now, if you wasn't cool, I'm not gonna go out with you again. But if we keep going out, usually when you keep dating, all you're doing is dating long enough for the layers to come off.
That's
Honestly.
a fact.
You're dating long enough so that
Can you
all
really
of
fuck
us,
with
no
this
matter
person?
how much we say we are real, when we meet people, all of us have layers.
Everybody.
And we don't take them layers off until you get closer and get more comfortable with people. And that's when you start to, you find out about their background and, oh, damn, so you did how many years in prison? You don't know that type of stuff on the first meeting.
Exactly.
No,
You
but it's
might not know that within the first month, you know what I'm saying? So, to bring your, and I know we're saying women, but I know guys that will run their children around a woman quick.
Yeah, that's both ways.
I know men that will do it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I'm that friend that's gonna shut that down.
I know men that will run their, hey man, it's my weekend, so if it's your weekend, let the woman know this is your weekend, and you can't see her this weekend.
Yeah, I feel like
I know men who only see the kids if the woman they're seeing insist on them getting the kids on their weekend. Like,
Or he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
y'all got a lot of judgment going on.
Nah, we
Y'all-
just being
I
real.
want to see his kids, and he's got
No, I'm
every
saying- I'm
other
not
weekend, and he doesn't see your kid.
No,
his
I'm
kids.
saying
That's a
whether or
piece of
not he
shit.
sees his kids depends on the woman he's dating. So if it's a woman who doesn't want to see his kids or meet his kids, he won't get his
Well,
kids
he's
on
a
his
piece of
weekend.
Nah,
shit.
see,
But
that
if the
girl
woman
got
he's, can I finish talking?
Okay,
Please?
go ahead.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Wait, say the first part again.
I
Say
said-
the first
I
part.
said if the woman he's dating isn't interested in meeting his kids and he wants to see her on the weekend, he wouldn't get his kids on those weekends. But if the woman he's dating has her own kids and he's gonna be around the kids, or she insists that he spend time with his kids, then he would get his kids on his weekend. Or you know what I mean, whenever he's gonna be around her, so he could be like, oh yeah, I'm a good dad, I spend time with my kids. So it's like, I feel like in a lot of those cases, like, men use their kids as tools and pawns in their dating relationship, and actually a lot of men use their kids as an opportunity to meet women. So when you talk about bringing
Yeah,
your
that's
kids,
not real
Well,
men.
that's a piece of
But
shit.
no,
Yeah, that's a
who's
piece
to
of shit.
decide, who's to
Nah,
decide what's real men? But it's real
it's not.
scenarios,
But
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, she's
but
right. She's right.
There's
She's right.
scenarios, but be honest with you, right? And you saying it, I'm saying you saying it, right? We talking from, let's be real. 80% of the dudes, they like, yo, I'm not gonna sacrifice my child for no broad. I ain't gonna say broad, for no woman, right? You can't. Once you tell me you get in between me and mine's, shorty, you gotta go. Like, there's no
But I
need,
don't
no matter how
understand.
much, how good you is, whatever it is. If you get in between me and my children, I'm
Get in
married, but if I'm
between
not with
how?
my kids, if I'm not with my wife and I got my kids and I gotta see them on the weekend, and you can't understand that, then there's no need for us to continue nothing.
And you stated
know what I'm
that,
saying?
yeah,
So you stay
stated
where
that
you at.
he
I'm gonna
let a
rock with my
woman
children.
dictate if he
It's
got
not,
his
woman's
kids.
dictating
it's not
what he
about
gonna
her
do.
dictating.
He's not real.
No, it's about him deciding I would rather spend time with
And
her
he's not real.
than my kids.
Because your
But
kids-
you're
your
putting it on
kids-
the woman.
No, we
and I'm
not.
saying it's on
Well,
him
then
to make
he's
the
a piece of
choice.
shit.
But we say he's a piece
no.
of shit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. She's saying it's on him to make the decision.
And he's a piece of
But
shit.
the thing is, if it's presented to him, I would rather spend time with you this weekend than. And
But
I know
it's not presented
probably
that
not
way.
presented
It's just
that
like,
way,
I'm not
but
ready to meet your kids or whatever. If he wants to hang out with her,
I see what you're
he's
saying.
decided not to get
Yeah.
his kids. So it's
And-
not
and
on her.
We
It's-
never said it was on her.
No, no,
it's
you
always
did. You
ultimate. No, I said
implied it.
ultimately it's
You
his
said,
decision.
You said if any
Yeah.
woman gets between me and mine, which means that you're putting it
That-
on her.
No, we're not.
And it's
No, we're
not
not.
on
No,
her.
we're not.
It's on
Because
him.
it's on. No.
She's
no,
not
no.
trying to get between
If-
him and his
if-
kids. He's the
if-
one telling
no.
her he doesn't have
No,
to get
once
his
she
kids.
tells, once I say these are my kids and I'm spending time with my kids, anybody, nobody gets in the middle of that.
But
So and now
what I'm
the
saying is
reason
these
why
guys
we're having
aren't
this-
saying that.
No, but what she's saying, because
I'm
I
saying
know
these
guys
guys
like
aren't
this.
saying that.
I know guys
So
like
then
this.
they're not real.
That will.
Okay,
yeah,
that's your.
yeah.
You've expressed that judgment
Yeah,
several times.
I know guys like that would
Yeah,
that would do that. I do.
I don't hang out with people like that.
Yeah, I like I said, I know them. We ain't rocking. I never just cut people off. It's certain things I do, but
Yo, when your
You know.
kids is a certain age, you talking about, we not talking about a kid is 17, whatever, they getting older, whatever the case may be. You talking about you got 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds. Yo, listen, everything else on hold, mommy. You understand?
Yeah.
Because, yo, this is my time to see my kids. Yo, we rock when we rock, whatever. If if we can't do that, then you go about your business. You understand what I'm saying?
that's
And I'm going to make
that's
sure
one
that I'm going to rock with
perspective.
my,
It should- it should be- it
my
should be both
children.
ways,
That
I'ma
is
rock
your
with my
perspective,
children.
but can we address the people who aren't,
I'ma
who
rock
don't
with- I
think like you?
then they need to think like me. I'm gonna tell you straight up. When it comes to your children, and you created a child, and you got your kids,
But
and
you
as a
can't
man,
say-
can I
have
finish?
you ever
Can
been
I
a single
finish?
parent?
Can I finish?
Have you
So
ever been a
can I
single
finish?
parent?
Can I
though?
finish, please?
Because you're making you're making
this is not
judgments
a
based on something you haven't
argument.
experienced.
This is me telling you from me being
Have
me,
you
and I'm telling you,
experienced it?
this is going left.
Well, I'm a single. Okay,
Yo.
I'll answer from a single
Yeah.
male's perspective. As a single male, if I'm dating somebody and I say, hey, look, I'm picking up my kids, they'll know right off the bat. I don't hide them. So I say, the weekend, my sons, we're doing this, got a fishing trip planned. I've had ones, oh, can I come along? I said, nah, it's my time with my sons, because if they're going to school 8 hours a day and then you're working on the weekend, that's your bonding time with your child. So my time of fitting people in is maybe my sister may come by and spend the night at the house. If I
Or
wanted to go
Tuesday.
out during the week, or Tuesday or whatever. Yeah, like, exactly.
And
Put that like
$5.40.
today. Exactly. But
Yeah.
you would make the same thing with good women. I'm not saying just men. Good women are the ones that, and then it's like, okay, like my ex, she had her sons when I met her. And I didn't meet him right away. And when we did, it was gradual, and it was in a park setting, and they met each other, and they vibed, and it was great. But that was like almost, 10 months into the relationship, because you can't do that to kids. It's not fair.
That's a fact.
And I just don't think it's fair. Now, we can disagree, but
Absolutely.
to me, if a guy let her, what you said was, a woman said she wanted to do something that weekend, and he decided not to take his kids. Any woman that's even halfway the type of woman I would date would tell him to go fuck himself.
Absolutely.
Because if you chose
okay, I see what you're saying.
That's a
what
fact.
I'm saying, if you chose to, if he would
But
go
she
see
doesn't
you,
know
no, but
Right.
the
that
woman
he's
would
supposed to be
even-
getting his kids.
What he just said, that's not the scenario.
But
he
no,
should.
but hold
So
on.
if the
hold
woman
on.
knows, that's fine.
No, I'm
gotta-
saying if she doesn't know, if she just
Right,
says, I want to do
I get
something,
what you're saying.
Oh,
I
if
get
she
what you're
doesn't
and
saying.
he
Cool.
doesn't say,
Okay,
I'm
that's
supposed
cool.
to have my
Well, I
kids,
took it.
Right,
he just
exactly.
decides
Okay,
not
I
to
bet
get
she
his
knows.
kids because
Yeah.
he would rather spend time with her.
Then he's
That's what I
corny.
was saying.
Okay, yeah, he's
So
corny,
that's
but
why I'm like, why
she's
are you
okay.
putting it
Hold
on
up.
the woman?
We got-
when
we
it's-
got-
We never said she
we
something
gotta
wrong
go
with
to,
something
we
wrong
gotta
with
go
him.
to break. We gotta go to break, but there's a lot of comments.
Yep.
There's a lot of comments, so I'm gonna come back and get to them. But real quick, Teddy White, what up, cuz? Cat Cole, she's tuning in. Kiki has got a lot to say. Ooh, we gonna come back. It's gonna get hot up in here. Rob, Todd Vick, what up, bro? Who else is in here? Rod White, what up, cuzzo? So yeah, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. Rima, what's going on? We're gonna come back and we're gonna get into the comments and we're gonna keep it going. I do understand what you're saying, but again, a lot of times, because at first I heard what they heard, a woman was saying, nah, I want to go out this weekend instead of you hanging with your kids, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what you said the first
No,
time.
that's
That-
not
that's
what
what
I
he
said.
said.
We'll come right back.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Classic Konversations.
We outta
Jae Tea and
here.
Lo.
Not what I
Run the
said.
tape.
Run
I
the
said,
tape.
Run the tape back. That's what you
I
said.
actually did not say that. I said the woman.
Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go.
All right, y'all.
That's what I'm here for.
We are back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
We outside.
404-500-1605. Again, man, I love the comments. I'm about to go over some of the comments. I'm telling you, if you made a great comment, I might ask you to call in. Again, 404-500-1605. Hit those buttons over there. You gonna take Angelo's spot when I say this?
What?
You gotta say algorithms when I say
Algorithm.
Not yet.
Oh.
When I say
I'll do it. I got you.
Say it. Say it.
I
We
got
gonna
you.
say it.
I got you. He can't even say it.
I can say algorithm. I was
I
playing
can
around.
barely remember to say
I
that's
say
a cop.
algorithm. I'm from Brooklyn.
Don't ask me.
All right, so hit those buttons on the side, the like button, the love button, the hug button. You can even be mad or you can cry. I need you to hit those buttons. It's going to help my
Algorithm.
go up and up because, again, man, we are on Spotify. We are on Amazon Music, and we are also on YouTube.
Yo.
Go to those platforms. Please, I'm asking you, just go to those platforms and hit the button. Beep. Just hit the button. Get the subscription. Our subscription right now doesn't cost. It's going to happen, people. So you need to get in where you can. I'm telling you, right now, we're not going to ask for no credit card information so that we can charge you $4.99 later and give you 60 days free right now. Right now, it is free, and it's going to stay free right now because we go on places. If you want to go with us, hit the button. All right, let me go over some of these comments here. Whoo, boy. My man Levon, what up, bro?
What up?
I don't see none of that.
He said some of these comments, he's just like, he tried to pick which ones he want to say that's correct. Oh, there's a lot of hands, lights. He got a lot of comments. Just pick
Wow,
that
my
one.
man Teddy said, wow. He said check the background of the people that you're dating first if you're local. That's kind of hard to do.
Check the background.
No, it's not.
Check
You
the
go,
gender.
Well, I mean, it's not
Check
hard
that.
for you to do.
Oh yeah, we don't all have access to
It's
police
kinda hard
database.
for everybody to be able to check the background.
No,
I mean,
not
you
like that.
you
There's
could
all
check-
kind of search engines
You
can
can
use.
check the hood
Find out some-
background, you know, word of mouth and see what people know about certain people.
And people still
you know.
lie too when you try and ask people about people.
Yeah. No, I just, but I do agree with some of the things you're saying, and especially off camera. But it's like this. It's like I think there's men out there that aren't involved in their children's lives, but the show was about how you get in, a relationship. So if there's guys out there doing it, for a woman to even want to be in a relationship with a man that's not taking care of the two he's got, why would you even deal with
Well,
that?
that was the point of why I was saying it, because I'm like, a lot of times, if like you said, a woman doesn't want to be involved with a guy who's not taking care of his kids, so those guys get it in their head, oh, like, in order to impress her, I gotta show her what I'm like with my kids, and they will take their kids around that woman early on in the relationship, sometimes too soon, because they're trying to demonstrate to this person who does care about how a man is with his kids that he is a quote unquote good father, that he's there, that he spends time with his kids.
I can see that.
So that was the whole point of why I was making the comment in the first place.
And I think that probably does happen, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, most real guys that stand up and they gonna rock with their children, they're not gonna do that. That's like a weak thing to do. That's kind of soft. And real dudes, when they hear something like that, they'll address you and be like, "Yo, man, you soft, dude," because we do that all the time with each other as men, right? So,
All right, here go one. Kiki said that her kids met her husband a lot sooner than they know that they did. Her best friend and her husband were cousins, and they're all friends in the same places a lot. So the kids actually met him, and they didn't know that he was that they were dating.
that's real.
That's
that's
one
cool.
way to get it done.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
without
cool.
without it getting too much of an attachment. That's one way to get it
Yeah,
done.
that's a good way
But
to put it,
Kiki,
too.
all of us ain't dating our best friend's cousin.
But even if
Yeah,
you're
that the
not,
family reunion.
Okay.
even if you're not, there are still ways that you can introduce your kids to the person that you are seeing without it being an without it being like bringing them into your house. You know what I mean? Like, I've only introduced my kids personally to 2 people that I've dated. They were both grown now, but and one was kind of an accident. But the one that I did introduce them to, I didn't bring him to the house. I didn't take him on a date with me. Like, we would go walking at the track or whatever, and he might bring his kids, and we'd all be at the park or at a track, and we'd just be walking. They might see his kids, play with his kids. If they saw me talking to them, they would come over. I'm gonna be like, oh, this is my friend, whatever, and introduce them. But it wasn't an intimate situation where I'm bringing this person to
Right.
my house and saying, meet Uncle so-and-so. No, I'm at a park. It's a lot of people at
Right.
the park. You know what I mean? Like, we
Yeah.
just both
I
happen to
actually-
be here.
I actually met my wife's daughter, her youngest daughter. We was out at it was an event back at Centennial when they used to do the Wind Down Wednesdays at
Yeah.
Centennial. And she used to take her daughter out there and let her play in the water or whatever. And I came, we wasn't even dating at the time, actually. And I came over, and she happened to come running up, and she introduced us. And I promise you, this little girl looked me up and down. And she was already standing up because I was down. She was like up on the little grass or whatever, and she was shivering. And she looked me up and down like, yeah, you can't be coming around my mama. So I knew then. I was like, all right, this ain't, because again, we wasn't even dating at the time. We were doing our thing, but wasn't dating. And I was like, if we do decide to go there, it's going to be a little different. And I didn't actually meet her kids. Well, I met the little one, but I didn't actually meet them all. I would say it was like a year, maybe a year and a couple of months. And then I actually forced her to meet my son. Had her come over. It was my son's weekend, and I made them sit down in the basement, and I got up and walked away.
No, but it's real because.
Wow.
I said, y'all gonna get along? I need to find out right now.
But think about what you guys are saying though, right? It took a while. Like, you have children, you only had 2 men meet your kids, right? that's real. That's telling me that's class, right? That means that everybody you're dealing with ain't meeting your kids, right? So that's letting me know that these things are what we need to keep highlighting. That you gotta move in the right way, and you gotta protect their energy. Because if you don't know what you're dealing with, you can't keep bringing that around your house, you know, bringing it around your kids. So you protected your kids' energy because you only let them meet 2 people. And I'm sure within the time frame of you living your life, you've had more than 2 people around, but you ain't bring them to your children. So that's a credit to you. Yeah. But that's what we've been talking about. So the same way you carry yourself for class is what we talking about. How men, they should not put anything in front of their children, and most men don't do that.
Yeah.
All right, Kat, I want you to. She has babysitter fees with a bunch of question marks behind it. And I don't want to take this out of context. Are you asking if men should pay for babysitter fees?
What?
If you're still on, please give a call in for that.
Paying babysitter fees for what?
You say yeah?
Yeah, why
For
not?
what? Babysitter fees for what, though? Like, if I'm going out with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that before.
So if I'm going out with you, I got to pay for your babysitter?
I'm like this. You got to look at the whole totality of the situation.
Okay.
If you're dating a chick and you want to say she's going to come over that night, there's a difference between you paying some kid who she picks out $35 to watch your kid and her not coming over that night, $35.
Right, exactly.
Nah, I
That's
feel
what I'm
you
saying.
got
It's the
intentions.
context, right? Because if I have my kids and you want to date me, and I'm like, well, you got to wait till their dad's weekend. You can either wait or you can pay the
Oh,
babysitter.
yeah. At least she climbed the mountain once.
Huh?
Yes, I agree with you.
What'd you say?
If he climbed the mountain once already, I mean,
I'm just joking people.
he tries,
Kiki
it depends
also
on the
asked,
situation.
when we was talking about the friends things, Kiki asked, what's wrong with being friends once you break up? Sometimes you are better as friends.
I agree
than
with her. That's what I was
girlfriend,
saying. I have
boyfriend.
lots of guys that I'm friends with now that I used to date, and my kids have met them. My kids actually met them after we broke up because we remained friends.
But how does that relationship fly with them friends when you get in a real serious relationship, right?
What?
You're married now, right? You're married. You know, you might have friends or whatever the case may be, but I don't bring people around my wife that I had any kind of like sexual stuff with. Like my friends and my homegirls is people that I knew from kindergarten that I ain't even do nothing with.
And that comes to me, is what I did. Well, that comes from in the mate that you choose, because we actually hang out with some people that we both have dated before that are now married and moved on with their life. But again, everybody can't do that. You have to have it within you, with me and my wife, when I was looking for a partner, I knew, especially with me trying to be let me change that. My producer over there always tells me I need to stop saying trying and I'm trying to get there. I need to put it there. So
you put it there.
With me being in the entertainment industry, there's a lot of times that I'm gonna have to hug women. There's a lot of times I'm gonna have to take pictures with women in certain ways, and I had to pick a partner that could deal with that.
Right.
Now that's cool.
And with me picking a partner that could deal with that, I had to make sure that I could deal with any of her exes being around, saying hi, hugging her neck or whatever. You know, a lot of people would pick a partner that can
Was
deal
that a
with
double
it.
standard that just
A lot of people can. A lot of people would pick a
tell
partner
you
that
why.
can deal with them doing it, but they can't do it themselves.
Because the way he said it was 2 different scenarios, right? These are just people you hug and you meet and whatever. You talking about an ex, like, yo, homie was handling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really want to be around. I don't want to be around those that. It's just I'm just a weirdo like that. It ain't gotta be for everybody. But if I know you was smashing shorty and you my shorty, and I don't want to really.
And look, and I'm
I
not
don't want to really
saying-
chill with you. Like,
Look, I'm not saying that
you was playing with the punkalunks. Like,
I'm not saying that we going to dinner and doing that type of thing. But if we're in an area, I'm not going to not go to a party because
that'd be cool. That's
her
what's up.
ex is there.
Now that's cool. I mean, like,
But
I'm
how
not.
you gonna
that's
do that?
different.
If,
That's different. But I'm just
But
saying,
I'm
like.
talking about, I think,
no, that's what he was
You
saying.
talking about,
If
like,
if
friends,
he comes
like,
up
friends,
and hugs
like-
her or
let's
whatever.
bring a little clarity to it. Let's bring a little clarity to it.
and when I say friends,
me, I'm like
I'm not
this.
talking about best friends. We're just talking about Facebook friends and being out in the same place at the same time. We ain't talking about people we sharing secrets with.
Right, because our baby father's cool, right? Because my white baby father's our baby father, right? That's how I call it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
And it's not no we together all the time hanging out. I ain't dealing with all that. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? It's just whatever. I'm not saying that we not cool and we been in situations, everybody cool, but you ain't hugging up on shorty like that. Like,
and I think it's more a
I feel
situation.
weird. I don't like that.
If you're dating somebody and everybody's got past, I have a past. So my whole thing is I'm always going to be respectful. If somebody comes up, because women in Atlanta are aggressive, they'll come up to the table and you sitting down with your girl, I'm not going to, I'm going to say boom, boom, and I'm explaining to her. If she asks how I know that person, but as far as maintaining a relationship, we can be associates, cool, throw the deuces up.
And that's different. I
Getting
think that's
into an
what I
actual
say,
relationship
associates,
with somebody you had intimate feelings for, I'm not talking about I can't see that if you're in a serious relationship, bringing that person around, because to me it's bad juju.
Yeah, he was playing with the
Bad
punkalunk.
juju.
Yeah, bad juju.
Playing with the what?
Punkalunks.
So what?
The punkalunks.
The punkalunk.
Punkalunk.
Ah.
Christy like that when she be
Nah,
friends
I
again.
don't.
Yeah, you don't like that? You gotta have pet names for it. Yo.
What? Okay, whatever.
All right,
I'm not
Kiki.
even gonna go there.
Kiki said, "How
Yeah.
y'all determine what's a real man and what's not?"
They ain't determined. They just judging people.
Well, to me, a real man is not going to put anybody before his kids.
That's a fact.
And now, if you're married, of course, and we should have talked about that a little bit more, that you're going to make your kids mind, let them know what the parameters are when you're going to have a serious relationship as far as discipline. That's something you should talk about before you introduce somebody. But as far as a real man, to me, if a man, the scenario that she gave, the reason I said he was a piece of shit, was because this is a man that had a date and his kids are looking forward to that date. Like when my when my children's mothers were picking them up from my first marriage, my second marriage. And it's a situation that my sons are looking forward to that. If it doesn't happen, your kid doesn't give a fuck what you had planned.
That's
I don't give a
fact.
fuck if it's the Oscars. They just know that their time was taken by somebody else. That's a wrong message to send to a child. So if I say they're a piece of shit, that's my personal opinion and it's judgmental.
I'm with you.
Yes, but if you choose to go out on a date versus being with your kids, when you mess around and don't make your marriage work like I did and my wife did, then that means you have to make adjustments in your life. Your kids don't make adjustments for your fuck-ups.
That's a fact. And I'll tell you this because I remember when I was 5 years old, right? And it's crazy that I remember this. I was 5. My pop said, yo, I'm going to come see you next weekend. I'm going to bring you to the baseball game, right? This nigga ain't show up. You understand what I'm saying? And, yo, it's crazy that you remember that. So you already got, like, a image of this dude. Like, man, you don't know what it is. Until you become older, you're like, man, this dude really, you put me off for whatever else you had going on. And that's lame. So when you see that and you understand them type of things, you already say to yourself, like, yo, with mines, I ain't never doing that, no matter what happens.
For me as a woman, if I'm dating a man who has kids, it's a red flag if he doesn't spend time with his kids, or if he has like if he can see me every weekend, I'm like, you ain't spending no time with your kids. But a lot of guys will, if you tell them that, they'll lie and act like they spend time with their kids, even when they not spending time with their kids. They might be spending time with the other woman that they seeing, you know what I mean, on the side. Just say they with their kids.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff. But the other side of that is like, I know of a woman who was dating a guy. She didn't meet the kids the whole time they were dating. She married him. And then when she gets into the marriage, and it was like, well, I don't need to be there for your kids. Like, I didn't think I would have to have anything to do with them. And I'm like, how do you marry a man who's got a bunch of kids and think that you don't have to be a part of those children's lives? Like, you're his wife. Those are his kids. You think they're never coming over? Like, what was your expectation of your part in this relationship? And she was just like, well, he told me it wasn't nothing for me to worry about.
And see, I was gonna say some of that falls on him too, because he presented himself.
All of it falls on him.
He presented himself as being a man with no kids.
No, he told her he had 5 kids.
I know he told her, but he presented himself
like he
as a man with no kids because he never
made time.
Really took anything away from her.
Right.
Yeah. Nothing. I mean, I could not see, and again, this is me, my opinion. I could not see going into a relationship, especially when you're talking about marriage, and not meeting the kids. The
kids, that's crazy.
Because let's face it, man, sometimes kids and adults don't get along.
Yeah.
It could be because that kid want their mother or father to be with their actual mother or father. But whatever reason, those type of things need to be ironed out before you start moving into that next level. And even with meeting the mother of the children or the father of the children, I think that should happen also before you talk about going.
Yeah, I'd be a terrible baby father. I'm gonna meet
You
him.
say you think that should happen when?
Before you talking about getting married, you know.
What about before? What about before you meet the kids? Do you think it's important to meet the baby's mother or father before you meet the kids?
No, I don't.
You gonna meet
think
me?
if you got a good relationship and I have a good relationship, I would definitely. I would tell them all the time, hey, look.
I'm not going to be in a timely relationship with the father. So I think I need to meet the kids first because I'm going to be around the kids, but I'm not going to be around the father like that.
Well,
so I think
wants
the father
to meet
should be
you because
Yeah,
you're going to be around his kids. That's what I'm
I
saying.
want to meet you.
You
I
got-
want to see
but
what type of
yeah,
guy you are.
but
Yeah.
the thing is, meeting somebody before they're around your kids, you're not finding out how they are around your kids. I think you
You've
need to
seen
see
what
how
kind
they
of person
are.
they are, though. You like
You
if I
can't
meet,
see what kind of person they are when you're only meeting them for an hour, 2 hours. You can't see
But
that.
you
see
you
a
got
lot
to really,
in
you got to
there.
really,
But you see a
got
lot,
to
you
really
see what you
trust
need to
your
see.
mate.
Yeah,
you have
get-
to trust your
He
mate.
gets to see that
I
I will
mean,
fuck your ass.
so
up.
you're seeing it as a
That's a
mate, but in a
fact.
lot of cases, we're talking about people who's not baby mamas and baby daddies.
No,
you know
no,
what
I'm
saying?
talking
That,
about the
like,
person that you're dating.
Yeah,
You
but-
have to. No, I'm sorry, not the person that you're dating. The person that you had children with, you have to trust.
But I'm saying
their
a lot
judgment.
of people don't because it wasn't
I'm
a
not-
planned
I'm telling you what
child.
you should do. I'm just telling
but
you my
if you
opinion.
if you didn't have a plan to have a child with this person, right? Say you had a child as a result of a one night stand. It's not somebody that you necessarily trust. You just the baby daddy. That's your child.
Well,
you
but-
get him
That's
every
crazy.
weekend.
And-
you don't really know. You might not trust this woman's judgment because obviously she had your kid after a one night stand. So when she brings another man into that
But
child's life,
that's a
when
double
she
standard.
when you bring another
If she had
child,
your kid after a
when
one night stand, you had a child after
had
a
a
one night
child.
stand too.
Exactly.
So
But
how-
what I'm saying
that's a
is
double
when
standard.
but I'm saying you still may not trust her judgment. So when she brings another man into your child's life, do you want to meet him
I
or
won't
not?
meet him.
I'm gonna tell you,
You gotta
I don't-
meet him.
I don't want to meet him if he brings another after he's been around my children. Yes, but I don't want to meet him because you think that y'all are gonna move forward.
You gotta set.
I want to meet him after you've actually.
So you want to meet him
Yo,
after
so
he's
man,
been
you gotta
around your
set
kids?
parameters.
I want to meet
Anybody,
Yeah.
I want to
anybody
meet
get
them
around.
before they meet me.
Anybody
'cause
get around you.
I don't want everybody and anybody around my kids. So
I don't want to go around
period.
meeting
So if
everybody.
he's dating somebody and I don't like her and I don't want her around my kids, I don't like her energy. If
See,
you
my- I mean,
seeing
but
her,
really-
you
but
I'm not
really, when you
seeing my
think about it,
kids.
when you usually anyway,
Right.
Because legally you have no say so.
True.
If you're not custodial, you have no say so. So meeting them and saying I don't like them, don't do anything.
No, my thing is,
depends
if
on your
you like
relationship
my
with the
brothers,
kids.
right?
It does.
My thing is this, like what you said, right? At the end of the day, and then like you said, like if you got kids and there's gonna be something, like I gotta meet whoever's around my child. I don't care what it is. If you got time to bring that person around my kids, then I got time to meet that individual because he got to understand something. It's not like I'm coming to you with some aggression or whatever. Hey, listen, they got a father, right? And I'm fully involved in my kids' life. So if I'm fully involved,
I totally believe you're
Right.
coming
in
through
their
with
life.
aggression.
Nah, I ain't gonna do, nah, you gotta do all that and be like your homeboy. I just say homeboy, listen. Yo, like at the end of the day, these my kids. You do what you do with shorty, you rock how you rock, and at the end of the day, you put your hands on one of mine, it's a problem.
Well, see, and in regards to putting your hand, and you know, when it get there, if that happens, we're gonna handle that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna handle that. But and I get what you're saying in regards to that relationship that happened out of a one night stand. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Me and my child's mother would never in a relationship. But after we had a child,
It's a wrap.
I had to
You stuck.
I had to figure out how to get along with her. I had to figure out how to trust her, and because she has my child, and she has custodial rights, so I
Fact.
have to be able to have a conversation with her, things like that. I actually had to tell my son's mother, "Hey, you know, you've been dating this guy for a minute. You know, won't you let him kick it with, you know, the kids?" Because she didn't have all kids by me, but she had my son and she had a daughter. And I was like,
You encouraged her to bring a dude around your kid?
they had been together for 2 years. The fuck?
Nah,
Yeah,
I
but she
don't
might have
know.
still knew it wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah, she might-
No,
that
but
just
she
might have
was
been a
she was
singular-
trying to use that against me, like saying, "Yo, I don't let Tyler stay around such and such." I said, "Well, guess what? My lady is staying around him because we've been together for long enough to where I trust her to be around my son. So now, if you don't want to let yours do it, don't put it on that. Don't put it on me saying that." The reason why I'm not letting him come around my son is because of my son's father. Don't put it on me.
I feel, at the end of the day, it's a package deal, right? On both sides, right? So if the woman has a kid, the kid and the woman come together. The man has a kid, the kids and the father come together with the deal, whoever's coming into the relationship. But at the end of the day, that's my children, that's my child. It's game time. You gonna meet me. You gotta know what you're walking into.
Hold on, we gotta come right back. But man, these comments is coming so good, boy. Kiki eating you up. We'll be right back.
Let me hear this.
We'll be right back, man.
Tell her call in. Yeah, tell her call in.
I'm just glad I'm not the one getting roasted. Why? I can't see none in the comments. Why?
I need to share my page. Wait.
Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo.